Hi guys, so I put out the video yesterday opening this up, and I didn't realize, and people were like, oh, you opened it early. I opened it early for what? Like, I didn't know there was a thing, so I guess I'm not supposed to open till April, which I didn't know anything about. I never heard that, but whatever. Well, here it is. I opened it, and I told you guys that I would, the appreciation calendar, that I would try and make a substantial card, like a card with the items that are in here. So I have some pieces of scrap paper. I have obviously the stamps that I have all the things here. And I was going to use this little guy, and oh my gosh, where is it? Oh, this one. And that's it with the stamp. So I'm going to use these two. I do want to do something with the animals, but they're all facing the same direction. And I kind of want them like looking at each other, so I don't know how I'm going to do that. I might just have to turn the paper around, which I don't like doing, but that's okay. So I have a card base here. It's 5.5 by 8.5, and I'm just going to fold it down the middle. Of course, I like to get a nice crease, but for now it's what it is. And then I'm gonna top that with a piece of paper that I have not cut yet. I just realized I need this cut down to 5.25 by 4, and I'll be right back. Okay, that's just gonna mat right over this. Okay, so I'm gonna put that to the side for now. And then I just brought out my Gemini Mini because, again, my kids are asleep. They're going to be home for a month starting today, and hope if your kids have the same deal going on that it's not too much of a burden, especially if you work. I'm so sorry. You know, I'm lucky to be here, but I know it's not going to be easy, and got to keep them learning something while they're here too. So I have just a scrap piece of green paper, and I'm going to cut this little roll out on. Just be careful, guys. I actually went to the store this morning, and there was a line, and I was like, they open at 6, and I thought, okay, I'll get there. But I kind of didn't want to go because I'm like, ugh. So I went anyway because I was like, let me get some bread and a couple other things. And so yeah, there was a line, but apparently they had a sign that they had closed early yesterday to replenish their shelves, and then they didn't open until later than normal. They opened at 7. They usually open at 6. So there was everything I needed was there, so that was good. Other than, of course, hand sanitizer, and I'm not into hoarding the toilet paper, so please, guys, just buy what you need. People need these things every day, and anyway, look how cute. But with that said, I hope everyone's keeping healthy and sane out there. So I'm gonna put that. That's really pretty. I was debating cutting things out. I can't tell if these are hearts or if they're just like stylized things, so I'm not gonna really mess with that too much because this one looks like a heart, but then it doesn't in other spots. So I'm just gonna leave that alone. That's perfect. So with this, I am gonna cut this out several times. So what we're gonna do is a layered bird and a couple layers on the birdhouse. So let me see if I can cut these at the same time. I have craft paper, and craft paper is really thick, so I don't know if it'll want to do it. But I want the craft paper and the birdhouse on these colors here. So let's see what happens. Ah. Oopsie. It feels like it might have done it. Oh yeah. I'll even cut the little bird out because obviously he's right next to it. So I need these two pieces, and I'm going to take them apart. Well, I'll show you how. I'm going to take them apart here, but I'm going to cut a piece of this one off. Oh, you know what? It's a bummer. I missed the little top right there. Okay, you know what? We'll leave that brown and make the birdhouse pink. We can do it backwards. Okay, because I don't want to run it again. That's fine. And, oh, look at the little heart that pops out in the middle. You can use this too. I wonder, so maybe I can use these on that border, but I think I'll leave it alone for now. Okay, so as far as little bird, I want him a couple of shades of blue and one of white. So I'm going to run it through right here, just on the very edge, because we only need the bird. Oh, come on. I thought I was going to be able to pull it through, but it needs me to crank it. People have been asking me about the diamond press larger machine. So this Gemini Mini, I forget how big, well, basically a machine. It cuts up to 3.25, but I believe the new diamond press that's going to be coming out next month, hopefully I'll review it before that, I think I will, is like a 4.25, 4.5 opening. You guys remember? But it's a crank machine too, so I'm looking forward to trying it out, and we'll see how that works. I'm sure it'll be great. The diamond press has a great little machine, so I don't think they're going to put out another machine that, you know, doesn't work. Okay, and then I need a light blue. A little bit lighter. I just want to make sure, you know, I'll just run it. I like to just push it in there to get it going. So this is going to be a quick card. I know these dies are super tiny, and so I think for us it's like, okay, what am I going to do with this little thing? So that's kind of what I'm trying to show, is what we can make with small dies. Okay. Ah! Alright. So we have all our pieces. Oh, he's so cute. I was looking at everything backwards in my head because everything was facing the other way when it's a die, right? So that's fine. So on this one I do want to stamp kind of right in the center, but you know what I think I'm going to do? I'm going to stick everything down and then I'm just going to stamp it at the end. Or after I get my... Oh, I should do a little distressing, huh? This is very stark. Let me grab some ink colors and I'll be right back. So I have my parakeet here, and let me get a head that will coordinate. And this is quick dry ink. Oopsie. Oh, again, super much more than I wanted to put. I'm gonna have to lay this down. Darn it. Sorry, I put tape on this, but that's okay. I guess I'm not gonna lay it down. I would normally put this down and do a better job of distressing it, guys. Oh, and especially keep your fingers out of the middle there, because that's where we want to stamp. I'm gonna continue distressing this and I'll be right back. Okay, I did my best. I should have done that before I taped, but I did a little heavier on the top and a little heavier on the bottom since I had that glop at the bottom, so I just kind of wanted to kind of make it look a little different. Okay, it should be dry. It's quick dry. Okay, so with this little guy, all I'm gonna do, well, actually we're gonna stick this down too, like here, and then I'm gonna stamp a sentiment. But I'm just gonna take my little scissors, and this is gonna be very persnickety little work. Let me get closer. Hopefully you guys can see that. And I'm just going to trim away like this last little bit. And since that pink part got kind of chopped off, I'm going to use that. I'm not going to use this. And then the base too. And we can do the base however you want. If you want to keep it like with the little scallops. But you can just go straight across. If you don't want to take time to do what I'm doing, it might not even be noticeable. Just get rid of that. And I'm going to pop this in here. How's everyone doing today? I'll be getting some crafting done, trying to stay relaxed. I've been doing a little crochet blanket that I think I might do for you guys because it's really easy. It's granny squares, and then we're going to join them as we go. So as you're making it, you're going to put it together and it's going to be fast and super easy. Let me know if you guys are interested, because right now I like to, well, I always like to work on projects, but that'll be fun. So my goal was to have a lighter blue body and the darker blue wing. So I don't know if you can see the little wing of the bird. Kind of separates from the body. So I'm just going to cut that off. Boop. And boop, right there. Ah, okay, and then I want the little white tummy. So I'm just taking this and cutting the very little. So hopefully you guys see, this is pretty working it pretty quickly because obviously I'm keeping it kind of basic, but where's my tool that I was just using? I need that. Oh, I need this boy. Alright, so I'm going to go to the base. I know it's so tiny, and then the blue and blue, but hopefully you can see this little body there. And I'm going to add a little bit of blue here and a little bit of blue here. That should be enough to hold it down. And hopefully this is facing the right way. It looks like it is. I'm going to hold that little piece down. What did I say? Oh, I was going to say this might still be on sale with my discount code. But the tool, but I don't think it is, because today is, what day is today, the 17th, 16th? I think Diamond Press gave it to the 15th of March. Okay, so let's glue this down so I have kind of an idea where I need to stamp my sentiment. And you can always make this so that it has some movement, like let's say we don't want to stick down the leaf so much. you know, and just give them a little bit of I'm just using my nails to kind of give it a little scrapes to give it a little movement. I think that'd be good. So basically I need to get the glue on here, all on these things, just keep going. Ay, ay. You know, it's funny, when I went to buy bread, most of the bread was gone. There's only one brand, so I was like, oh, they must have just restocked that brand. But I don't freak out about that. I make my own bread. I have 2 bread machines. Actually, I have 5 bread machines, but 2 are good, and the other 3 are like older eBay things or something I might have seen at a secondhand store, and I was like, I need to get this because I love bread makers. And so I have 2 Zojirushis, which are like the top of the line bread maker, right? And I have plenty, I have tons and tons of flour. I always buy flour, and I have powdered milk, so I don't even need the milk to go in it. And you can make your bread with or without butter, so like, you know, and you can also just bake bread. It's not like you have to use a machine. It's nicer because it does it for you. You just throw in the stuff, dump everything in there, and it'll go. But yeah, just be careful and be mindful, I think. So I'm gonna do To the Most Wonderful Friend, because some of these, well, this one's okay too. Oh, I did want to mention yesterday when I was talking about this, and I said, oh yeah, you have your little globe. You can also put this sentiment in there too. You mean the world to me can also fit in that little globe. Hopefully I'm not losing any of these little tiny things. I've had people ask about the Rock-a-Block, so I'm going to use a Rock-a-Block to stamp with. I'm going to stamp right in here. What I need to try about the Rock-a-Blocks is like, how do they work on something that you're going to color in, like a person or a design, because it might, I feel like you think it would warp it, right? It's a curve, but it's a very slight curve, so I think that's probably how they get around that. So I was going to stamp this in blue, but maybe I should stamp it in fuchsia, because just to bring that pink in. Let's see, where is my fuchsia? Come on. I have duplicate fuchsias and they're both open, and of course I'm like, where is it? Okay. Let's really ink this up real well. Oh gosh. I shouldn't touch it, shouldn't matter, but I'm still scared. Okay. Hopefully that's straight, I can't really tell. And you basically start at one side and rock it up, or however. That's pretty. That came out very nicely. So that's how you use the Rock-a-Block. So you just put it, and it has a centering, and you just start in the back and curl it towards the front. Is probably the best way to do it. And now we're gonna just put our little guy, and we can use some 3D glue gel. I think that's what I'll do. Let me grab my glue gel. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna refill this, but before I do that, I just want to show you. It was completely used up. It dries up in there, and all you're gonna do is pull it open if you use the syringe, and just pull this stuff out, because it dries just like it would on a project. You know, the very tip, look, is still a little bit wet, but that's okay. So what I'm gonna do is just make sure all that dried stuff is out, and I'm just gonna refill it with some fresh. My kids just woke up, so you might hear them in a second. This thing dried up a little bit on the tip. Okay. So I'm just gonna squeeze this in here, and people ask me all the time, I don't know if you can see it squeezing in, it's just kind of injecting in there. It's hard to see because my hand's there. I'm not super strong, but there you go, see? I just give it a squeeze. Leave some room for the syringe to come back in. Yeah. And I'm gonna, she said, Mommy, I want you to hold me. Okay, I'll be right there. And then just like that. I'll be right back, guys. Okay, we're almost done. Got her situated there. Oh, I love this. Okay. Oh, and people ask me about this one too. This little bottles, these little bottles came from Crafter's Companion. And how to fill them, again, just open your bottle of the tacky glue or whatever thin glue you have. Open this up and squeeze it into the bottle, right? This has nothing to do with anything. Just take this off and squeeze it in there. And then they come with the little pin to keep it from drying up, which is nice. And it's just a pin. I mean, so, okay. I was like, where is my, it's right here. I turned it over. So I'm going to put a squeeze on the back of that. Wherever I can put a good squeeze without it squeezing out and looking bad. Oh goodness, I think my husband's calling me. I know, I hear it. I'll be right there. Okay, or somebody. It doesn't have to be the husband does it, but he's pretty much the only person that calls other than my mom. Alright. It's kind of funny on Twitter, Gen X was trending, and it's like a generation that was made to basically self-isolate. Like, that's what we love. So I'm like, yeah, it's not a problem for me to just chill at home. that is what I do. Talked about us being latchkey kids, like we're all about this, being by ourselves. Okay, let's squeeze that down. And that's it, guys. So I'm gonna let it dry. I have some pictures for you. I mean, I think it's pretty cute, and you know, just a quick little card and with small dies that make kind of a nice punch, I think. So thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you at the next one. I will have plenty more videos for you. It might be a little, hopefully not too infrequent, because like I said, now the kids are home, but they understand sometimes when I'm like, okay, I gotta make a video, guys. And they'll hunker down like in Dorian's room or wherever just to kind of give me some quiet time. So thanks for watching, guys. Stay safe and healthy, and I will see you all at the next one. Again, let me know if you want to see the crochet video that I was talking about. All right, bye now.